Hello and welcome. I'm Michelle Swan Young. Today I want to share 3 ways that I am preparing myself and my family for the new school year so that we can transition with calm and mindfulness. First of all, I am adjusting my own expectations. So I have a quote I want to share in just a few minutes about this that really helps me out. But it's so important for us as parents to pay attention to ourselves and how we are setting the tone for our families, and also of what our expectations are for what's coming up, so that we can adjust that as necessary and provide that space for our kids to be able to go through this transition and do something that is very new for them, with a safe place to come back to, a safe place to have the emotions that they're feeling, a safe place for them to express whatever it is that's going on for them, whether that's overwhelm or anxiety or excitement, any of those things, for them to be able to have that safe place at home. So when I say I'm going to adjust my expectations, one of the really specifically, so like my kids have different chores, and they've been like putting their dishes away after dinner, unloading the dishwasher in the morning when it's clean, things like that, right? And they've been pretty consistent throughout the summer. But one way that I'm going to adjust my expectations is that I know that as they are learning all of these different new things, interacting with new people, some of those chores are going to become less consistent for them. And so I can adjust my expectations, have a lot of grace for them as they are going through that transition, still keep them accountable, but just not get irritated when they might not do the things that they're accustomed to doing, maybe as consistently as I would like. So the quote that I really love is from Dr. Becky Kennedy at Good Inside, and it is, "Look for progress, not perfection." So one of the ways I'm going to help myself remember that is I am going to write that on a sticky note, and I am going to put that in my office where I'm going to see it every day for the next few weeks as I work on making sure I am looking for the progress in my kids and seeing the progress they're making and adjusting to school, managing the overwhelm that they might feel sometimes, and not expecting perfection from them, especially not in maybe doing those little chores that they're used to doing, or even just getting along with me or each other. So that's the first thing, adjusting my mindset and my expectations. The second thing that I am doing is I am scheduling intentional conversations with each of my kids to talk about school, to talk about what they want for school. And this is specifically, like, I have a kid in high school and middle school and then upper elementary school. So my older kids, I definitely am thinking about how to make sure they're learning the life skills they need as they go through the school year, and that these different things that they need to do for school, like homework and things like that, are really, in the big picture, they're opportunities for them to learn these life skills, like being organized, or like planning ahead, or following through, or keeping commitments and things like that. So when I check in with them about school, the first thing that I do, I've already started this process, so the first thing that I've done is to ask for their consent, to ask if they want support and help as they're thinking about schedules and homework and extracurriculars and friends and things like that. And if they say yes, then I would ask them how they would like my support. And this is, of course, nuanced with my high schooler versus my elementary schooler. It works different ways, but I want to make sure that I am supporting them in a helpful way. So that means letting them take the lead as far as exactly how to manage homework when they want to do their homework. I might give them suggestions, depending on what age they are and if that's appropriate in that conversation, but really like empowering them to take the lead on being responsible for those things themselves. The thing that makes this really work, and that I have not necessarily done in the past, but I am definitely doing this year, is that I am scheduling 2 or 3 weeks later that I am going to check in with them. And then I'm going to check in with them ongoing throughout the school year to see how is it working? How's the plan that they made? Is what we're doing for me to support them, is that working out for them, or do we need to adjust it? And I think this is so key, and I'm hoping this will make a really big difference for us this year, because we can't really predict well what's going to happen in the future, but we can, after we've experienced something that we've planned for, we can go back and adjust our plans. And so that my kids don't think that that our plan is set in stone, and also so that they get in the habit of actually verbalizing what isn't working for them instead of just acting it out with like resistance or refusal to do whatever it is that we've agreed on doing, so that we can have those conversations and adjust to take care of whatever needs they have and whatever needs I have too. Maybe I'll find out that this isn't working well for me, whatever plan we make, and that I might need to adjust it as well. So the key, I think, for us this year is really going to be that I'm going to check back in with them and we're going to adjust whatever plans we've made. All right, the third thing that I'm going to do, and that I have already mentally done, is to make myself available for them in these first few weeks of school. So if I scheduled myself and like put a bunch of things on my calendar while they're also having all of this new stuff, then whenever they do come home and need emotional support, or whenever maybe some of their overwhelm or just the transitions that they're going through is coming out in behavior, then I might feel resentful about needing to take that extra emotional and relational energy to work with them. But since I can foresee this already happening, and I know the patterns of my kids and in my family, I know that I need to also make sure that I can make myself available for them when they are home and when they might need some help. Just navigating through big feelings and through all of the different aspects of transition, especially as my kids are introverts and, as well am I, neurodivergent in their own ways. So one way that I make myself available also is that I'm going to make sure I'm doubly sticking to the self-care that I need for my own self. So like my morning meditations and the other different things that I do for myself. I always set out my water and vitamins in the morning right after I get up. So different sort of rituals and other self-care that I do to keep myself in a good mindset and well grounded, so that whenever the feelings come up that are not calm, that I can connect back to my inner self and stay grounded and calm even when there are lots of stress and emotions that might be happening in me or around me with my kids. So, like I said, this isn't supposed to be prescriptive for you, but I hope that it is maybe inspirational, might give you a little bit of a taste of like what some of the possibilities are that you could do with your family to help create a mindful and calm transition to the school year for yourself and your family. And even when I say mindful and calm, I also don't mean that there won't be those big feelings or the stress or anxiety or any of those things. What I mean is that there is a grounded place for you and your family to come back to and to reorient with, even in the midst of things that cause stress and things that cause big emotions. I'm Michelle Swan-Young. I'm a Calm Coach for parents. Thanks so much for listening. I hope that you have a wonderful day and take good care.